We're back with a one club, man. It's the perfect player, locked in a team for 30 years, and we're heading to a nation that we've done loads of on the channel recently. We're heading to the Netherlands and the Dutch League. But who are we going to be with? Let me jump in and find out. I don't know why I said let me jump in and find out. I already know. I made it. You can jump in and find out. FC Eindhoven, because PSV Eindhoven are one of the biggest teams in Holland or the Netherlands. PSV are one of the biggest teams in the Netherlands, and I figured, why not give their neighbours, FC Eindhoven, a little bit of a boost. Maurice Verburn is in charge. They've won one Eredivisie in 1954 and one Dutch Cup in 1937. So needless to say, they haven't done much in recent years. Well, that's about to change, almost certainly, because we've got Luc van Volmaert. A terrific name, I think you'll agree. Perfect player, max ability, you know the drill. Max hidden attributes. Transfer to Saudi Arabia in 30 years' time. The goal, promotion, domestic cup, league, Champions League, or Europe, or some sort of European trophy. Now, the thing is, I feel that realistically, with a perfect player, the Dutch league being a lower quality league than, say, the Premier League or some of the other leagues, I feel that they're going to elevate themselves to the Champions League very, very quickly. So we're probably going to miss the Conference League and the Europa League. So some European trophies, it's going to have to be the Champions League or nothing. So you've kind of got the work cut out for them. But I'm going to back our man. FC Eindhoven then. In terms of the senior squad, well, their senior squad is a little bit meh, isn't it? A little bit rubbish. Season preview, though, they think they're going to win the league. And that's because Luc van Volmaert is leading the line. Let's go through 1 year and see if that's the case. Well, they did win the league. 76 points, winning the league by 8 points. 65 goals scored, which is the best of the lot. Excelsior got promoted from 9th, which, fine, we're already here. Let me know in the comments what's happened here. How's this happened? What's the rules? First period, second period, third period, fourth period. You go into the loads of teams go into some sort of playoffs, and then it's basically like the playoffs, but 9th? Fine. Go on, Excelsior. I suppose young PSV can't be in the playoffs. They probably go 3rd to 8th. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Yeah, because the PSV reserves can't go into it. Okay, makes sense. FC Eindhoven, we won the league then. And of course, player of the year was old Lukey Boy. Top goal scorer, yes, 31, beating Torlis Knol and Henk Veerman, 15 and 16 respectively there. He got 31 in 37, 11 assists. I'll be honest with you, kind of thought he might do more, but it is what it is. In terms of his national team appearances, well, he's played 10, scored 10 for the Netherlands. And they've just lost in the quarter-final after extra time to Portugal in the Euros. But he helped them qualify, losing to France twice, though. But there you go. FC Eindhoven winning a promotion and getting a 3rd trophy for their trophy cabinet. In terms of the Dutch Cup, 2nd round, they lost to Topos. Disappointing. Very disappointing. Okay, Eredivisie. Season preview. Of course, he's leading the line. He's top of the pile. You've got Ajax and PSV and Feyenoord. Ajax, PSV and Feyenoord who are dominating the Media Dream 11. The only player that's not is ours, Luc van Volmaert. 10th, the media think we're going to finish at 200 to 1 to win the league. I'm telling you now, we're going to beat 10th. We're going to exceed that. 118k in the whole. Got very little transfer budget and very little wage budget to play with. So Maurice is having... He's going to have his work cut out to stay up in this league and build this squad going forward. But he has got Luc van Volmaert. Where's his face gone? There we go. About to reload the skin. The face is rocked up. If this happens multiple times, then we're going to just go with the silhouette, because I can't bother doing that every single time. But a good season for him. 11 assists, 31 goals, 13 player of the matches at 7.58. He's now in the Eredivisie. He's the best striker in the league. The media think they're going to finish 10th. I think they're going to do one better. I think they're going to go better than that. Let's go and find out if they do. Okay, so in 31 games, he scored 28 goals, 8 assists, 9 player of the matches, a 7.38. So not as good, but I suppose he's playing in a more competitive league. So, you know, it is what it is. PSV won the league and we finished 10th. Oh, exactly as the media predicted. Okay, fine. Exactly as the media predicted. 48 goals scored, 58 against, and he scored 31 of them. So we didn't get many goals from elsewhere. Hang on. Am I tripping? I thought he'd scored 29 for a second. I was going to say, oh my God, he's beaten by a goal. No. Sorry, I said 31. No, he scored 28. So 20 were not scored by him. He scored 28 goals. And the Golden Boot was won by Talisca, who scored 14. Johan Bakayoko got 11. The season before, the Golden Boot was won by someone who scored 7. No, it wasn't. It must have been. I mean, I don't know what's happened here. But what's the Golden Boot then? Does the Golden Boot in the Netherlands mean the best player? Because he's got a higher average rating. Hang on. Could be the average rating, the Golden Boot, because top goal scorer. There he is, he's top goal scorer. And there you go. That's a bit more like it. Okay, maybe Golden Boot means the best player. There he is, team of the season, there he is, team of the season, leading the line. Young player of the year, of course, as well. Head of Jayhuahua and Ruben van Bommel. We finished 10th in the league and we got to the quarter-final of the Cup, losing to Ajax 1-0. A Wout Weghorst goal. Of course, we lost in the Euros. We'd lost quite a few games in the European League, and then we're now qualifying for the World Cup and probably going to qualify as group winners here. Can't see anyone really causing us any problems, so yeah, we should win. Should win the group. 13 in 19 now, so he's only got 3 in his last 9 for the Netherlands, so not doing great there, is he? Not doing great at all. The media now think FC Eindhoven are going to finish 14th, so they've actually fallen down in the media predictions. £321,000 in the hole. They've got no transfer budget to speak of. Their squad is, well, it's about the same as it was, isn't it? If not a little bit small. 17 players. Can't even name a full quota of subs. This could be a slog, this one. This could be a slog. 2026, let's go see what's happening there. They're asking him he needs a rest. 26 and 36. He's back in form for Holland. He's back in form for the Netherlands. 23 and 29. He got a 7.55, so he played better. More man of the matches. Less goals. We're still here in the Eredivisie. PSV won it once again. And out of nowhere, we finished 5th, getting Europa League football. So I said we might bypass Europe. Well, we've not. We've gone into the Europa League. FC Eindhoven. Maurice Verbeeren is still in charge. We've got £500,000 of debt. Our wage budget is now 88,000. We're doing much better over here. Got a little bit of money in the transfer budget for players. They've bought Rui Mendes from Groningen. Not spending big. Not spending big at all. Yeah, Thomas Muller for a season. Was he now a coach? A bad coach at that. I mean, I'm sorry. Sometimes, I know it's randomly generated the staff attributes on this game for players, but for me, Thomas Muller screams coach. He's just such a consummate professional, isn't he? He's just been such a good player for Bayern Munich. I imagine he's going to be a phenomenal coach if he goes into coaching. Far better than this. Anyway, yeah, so we finished 5th. We're now in the Europa League, so that's a good little start. In terms of the Dutch Cup, how do we do in the Dutch Cup? Lost in the 3rd round, unfortunately. 26 and 32, though, for Van Volmart. And in terms of the schedule, well, I've been eliminated in the round of 16 against France. 1-0. Ousmane Dembele with the goal. And so Volmart in the Netherlands will have to wait even longer for some international success. I'm sure international success will come at some point in this experiment with a perfect player up front and a team as good as the Netherlands. You'd like to think so anyway, but, you know, not too sure. It's less surefire. I feel like FC Eindhoven already up in 5th. I feel like they're on the cusp of sort of breaking into the upper echelon. The media now think they're going to finish 9th. That's the best media prediction they've had up to date. And in terms of the actual squad, yeah, we've got another player in the 120, a player up in the 120s now. We've got quite a lot in the high 1-teens. I feel things are starting to happen. So, going to the year 2027, 19 in 25 this most recent season. That is not boding well at all. 10 in 10 continentally. They got through the group stage, but probably didn't get much further. A couple of games. We're still here in the Eredivisie. £13.5 million in the bank. Bit of transfer budget, loads of money more in the wages, like nearly 30 odd thousand more. Got 25,000 left he can spend. The squad, a 132. Dan Huisman, he's improved 10 attribute points. He was 122, wasn't he? Jordan Henderson is over here. Hello. Yeah, starting to move, aren't we? We're starting to move. Where do we come in the league then? 7th. So no European football going forward for us. Got knocked out by Olympiacos. Oh, we got into the European places playoff semi-final, lost to Heerenveen. That's a bit shit, isn't it? That's a bit rubbish, isn't it? Hey dear. The award winners, well, the Golden Boot. He won the Golden Boot in 25-26, and he won the top goal scorer, but this season he didn't. Then he got 19. Santiago Jimenez got 25 in 27. What a season for Jimenez there. There you go. So, one more year, 2028. Oh, I'll have a word. 32 in 34, 7.64. That screams to me. Golden Boot and top goal scorer. Excellent stuff. Excellent stuff. Okay, so Feyenoord have won the league, and we finished 4th. There you go. Finally getting a bit more bang for our buck. European football once again, Europa League football as well. Feyenoord and PSV only separated by goal difference. The award winners, the Golden Boot was not Luc van Volmaert. It was this Krajlevend. It was this guy. Because Krajveld? Krajveld. That might be about right, you know. We'll never know. Surely he got the top goal scorer, though. Yeah, he did. Jimenez only got 20 this following season. Van Volmaert, 32 and 34. 9 assists as well. 3 and 4 years he's won the top goal scorer. He's now got 36 and 49 for the Netherlands. Here we are in 2028, and we are again out to France, this time on penalties in the Euros. 2-1 draws in the group stage, sneaking through against Switzerland. Very disappointing. Very disappointing indeed. Maurice Verbeun is still here and still in charge. Luc van Volmaert is already considered a club legend. What you want to see? Oh, here we go. Wouter Berger is now up at 134 as a player. Stefan Tarnavanu, 128 is a goalkeeper. You've got loads in the 120s now. We might be on the cusp of maintaining ourselves in Europe, but we will see. We will see. We are going to jump forward now. We're going to go forward 5 years because we're 25 years away from when he leaves. So we're going to do 5-year jumps. The first one of which starts now. Let's go to 2033. So he's 28 years old. And oh God, look at this. He had a 16 goal season back here. Never reached the dizzy heights of 32. But we've had 27, 20, 16, 22 and 25. So he's hit 24 of those 5 seasons. The 16 season was bad. He must have had a little injury. But then he only played 27 games up here and he got 25 goals. So I'm not too sure what's happened there. 7.83 as well. Feyenoord have won the league for the last 5 years. So they're dominating. But we finished 4th. We were last here and we were 4th. The following season we were 4th again. That's Europa League football. Then we've got Champions League football finishing 2nd. Then we get Europa League football finishing 5th. Then we got Champions League football finishing 2nd and 3rd in the most recent season. Champions League football once again. So we've got Champions League football a few times. Hedwigs Maduro is in charge and he's only got a regen face. Hello. He's only got a regen face of one of the people from a previous experiment. Hello, Hedwig. Bring me a letter. So we've won the Johan Cruyff Schaal, which I think is the Charity Shield in 2032. And we've only gone and got 2 Dutch Cups, back-to-back Dutch Cups, beating Groningen and ADO Den Haag. 3 goals here in a 3-0 win. A 3-0 win, Van Volmaert with the penalty. We've got £49 million in the bank, £13 million in the remaining budget, over £127,000 difference in wages. We can spend nearly £500,000 on wages. That is a huge increase from where we were at the start. We've got a bigger difference here than we have had for the majority of the experiment on what we're actually able to spend top end on wages. So big things are happening here for Eindhoven. And look at that. We're littered in the 130s and 140s. No one below 125. When last time we were here, I think our 4th best player was 128. So, yeah. Go on, lads. Oh, here we go. Look at this guy. I mean, he's not got much more potential in him, but he's pretty decent for that age. Pretty decent for this league. In terms of the awards, well, the Golden Boot has not been won by Luke, apart from in the 28-29 season. So once in the last 5 years. Top goal scorer, 3 times in the last 5 years. Jimenez and Van Persie are the 2 others that have won it for Feyenoord. And no wonder Feyenoord are doing so well. Got Marco Rose in charge. Thought they'd won a Champions League then. They haven't. Well, they have, but not in this experiment. The Dutch League's now up in 5th in terms of competition reputation. Luc van Volmaert is no longer a legend. He's just gone down to an icon because, of course, he's just continued to play really well for them. That's exactly what happens, isn't it? A player continues to be a legend, and then they just become an icon out of nowhere. 69 in 101 for the Netherlands. And we were last here in 2028 when we lost to France in the Euros. Following tournament, we qualified for in comfortable fashion. We got to the quarter-final, losing to Argentina 2-1. Again, qualifying for the Euros easily without dropping a point. Then we got to the semis this time, once again thwarted by our nemesis, France. Mathis Tel with the goal. And here we are qualifying for the World Cup at present day. There's not much more we can look in on here. So let's go another 5 years now to 2038. But before we do that, it's been a long time since we've done this on the channel. A Ralph Watch. He's gone. Oh, he's already gone. That's disappointing, isn't it? He managed Austria for a couple of years. He was in there. So was David Moyes. Managed Austria for a year. Didn't expect that. Anyway, 2038 then. So here we go. A few runner-ups in recent time. And in the last 5 years, well, a 31 and 31 there, 14 assists, a 7.98. If he's not got the golden boot that season, something else has gone horrendously wrong. He got a 7.95 here, 21 goals, 17 assists. This guy, oh my God, what a couple of seasons he's had there, right? So we were last here in 3rd place in the Eredivisie. And it was 1 season on, and we won it by 5 points. Have a bit of that. Then we lost to Feyenoord by 9, so for coming in the 2nd. Then another win, 89 points. That's a great record, isn't it? Look at that, us two, 89-84 for us and Feyenoord. PSV, 3rd place, down on 69. So we've absolutely trounced those. We're pulling far clear. Another win here in 36-37. 93 points, all the way down at 78 as Feyenoord. So we've won by 15 points ourselves. Only losing to Utrecht, who finished mid-table. And most recently, there you go, winning by 9 points. 89 points was Feyenoord on 80, Ajax in 3rd on 73. But that's 4 Eredivisie titles in 5 seasons. And in that season we didn't win it, we did come in 2nd. We've come 2nd 3 times, we've come 3rd once, and we've won it 4 times. That is pretty impressive. The golden boot then, and the last for the last 5 years, sorry, has been Luc van Volmaert. And hey, look who won it that season. Our Bezzy mate, Badruddin Bouanani, who has come here from OGC Nice for free a few years ago. He's 33 years old now. Probably was up at about 168. A very good player indeed. We've got him on the Fresh Prince of West Yorkshire save, which is still not finished. I've done season 6. I just need to record it. Got the bits to do. I just need the voiceover and edit it. But I've been messing around doing rebuilds and some other things as well. Training schedules. Go and watch that one if you've not seen it. Very informative, very enlightening. And I actually utilised that in the Dortmund rebuild that will probably almost certainly be out on the channel by the time this comes out. Let's just say we did all right-ish. I'll let you be the judge. Go and watch it. After this, of course. So 4 and 5 years, and the top goal scorer at 5 in 5. He's done it every single season. Even this season where he only got 21. Rasmus Højlund only got 15 for Feyenoord. We have been pretty undeniable. And look at this. We've got loads of players. World-class midfielder who's playing at centre-back. But 300,000 from ES Setif, this guy. Harari Buifia. What a player. Diego Lima. Another good player. 5.5 million from Nacional. Raphael, £56 million from Chelsea. That's a big outlay for a fullback. He's pretty decent. I don't know if I'd pay £56 million for him. No, 166. He's not bad. Both footed, playing both fullbacks. Okay, actually, I'd tell a lie. I'd pay £56 million for this guy every day of the week and twice on Sunday. 15 crossing, 13 dribbling, 12 tackling. 15 work rate. He's 15 pace, 16 acceleration. This guy is an archetypal blueprint of what a fullback should be. 16 flair. The more I look at his attributes, the more I think he's amazing. £56 million is a bargain. No wonder he's in the Media Dream 11. Brazilian, of course. Have a bit of that. Shave them your eyebrows, son. Look at that. Very both footed. I love this. I love this guy. You know, if I stumbled across this guy and I wanted £56 million for him, initially, I wasn't going to do it. And then all of a sudden, I wouldn't even think twice. I'd sell me Nan to afford him. And Marco Moreno, a free transfer from Chivas. So all these players in the Media Dream 11 come in for free, or very little. We've only spent big on one of the players. Let's have a look over at the squad then. We've got £83 million in the bank. We've got nearly £17 million remaining to spend. We're overspending on the wages by £96,000. The wage budget available to us is just over £900,000. Hedwigs Majuro is still here and in charge, and he's an icon, just like Luc van Volmaert, who's slipping down the list. You know, just winning the Golden Boot and top goal scorer for the Golden Boot for the last 5 years in a row, plus more. The Golden Boot, sorry, did I say the Golden Boot? The top goal scorer last few years in a row. The Golden Boot for the last 5 years. Club legend Badruddin Bouanani, apparently. Won it over here. Hedwigs Majuro is over here as an icon. Dutch Cup then. We've won another 3, and they're 3 in a row here. Feyenoord won it twice after we won it twice, and then we've won it 3 times in a row. The success is here. The success is here. So, and we are going into the Champions League. Let's have a look at the Champions League and how we're doing. So in the 30-31, we lost in the playoff path. Then we lost in the knockout playoff round. So we got through the league phase. We lost to Porto. Then we lost to RZ. Then we lost to Newcastle in the quarter-final. And then we've gone Juve, Liverpool and Barca in the round of 16. I mean, to lose to Juve, Liverpool and Barca, there's no shame in that. Juve are not the team they once were. Liverpool and Barca certainly bloody are, though. Well, I suppose they might be, actually. I don't know how good they are at this point, 15 years into the future. But I don't know. They're probably doing pretty well. Anyway, we're getting through the league phase, so we just need to just kick on a little bit more, see how we're getting on. So, in terms of players, well, we've seen some of the players. Marco Moreno, who came in from Chivas, he's the second best player in the squad. We've got Rafa Kazmichak, £28.5 million from Dortmund, a great acquisition. Rafael, we've seen. Diego Lima, we've seen. We've seen Buafia. Jorge Aguirre, £10 million from Dortmund. Bargain, these transfers are. Absolute bargain. Jovanovic, 18.25 from Partizan. Decent goalkeeper. Danny Rodwald, free from Southampton. Buonani was a free. Aaron Hernandez, $9 million from America. The Mexican team America, not America. £18 million from Shakhtar for Anton Fedorchuk. Like, we're not spent stupid. The only big money signing we've really made is Rafael, and that was a bargain at £56 million. Just look at how good he is. I know we've already been here, but we're back again looking at this guy. He's 29 years old. He's been here for 3 years. Get the best years out of him. Go to 2043 then. Anyway, let's kick on. Oh, are we checked in internationally? I don't know if we have. Have we? Qualified for the World Cup. Lost in the quarter. No, we haven't checked in internationally, actually. I don't remember any of this. So, losing to England 2-0 in the quarterfinals. We're not doing great with the Netherlands here. 2-0 in the quarterfinals there to England. Annihilated Group H, apart from Denmark in the first game. Then we got to the Euros second round, 3-1 loss to Portugal. And then the World Cup round of 16, losing 2-0 to Mexico. Once again, nothing to speak of in terms of international success. 2043 then. Again, the last 5 seasons, he's had a 28-goal season. He's had a 23-goal season here with 17 assists as well. 7.94, another one. His worst season in the last 5 years is a 7.71. And that was a 19-goal, 7-assist season. Poor on both counts. Every other season's over 20 goals. And every other season is over 10 assists as well. So he's doing phenomenal work here at FC Eindhoven. And what trophies they've won. So yeah, last time we were here, we won the league. And the following season, winners once again, this time on goal difference ahead of Feyenoord. Can you believe that? Surely our goals helped us on the way. And again, 13 points clear of Feyenoord. So once again, another win. And again, this time 18 points. 11, but another win. And 4 points this time. But once again, another victory. Groningen are up here. That's nice to see. Soft spot for Groningen. Because way back when, used to always try and sign Arjen Robben from them. When he was a wonder kid back in the day. Can't remember what FM that was. Was it FM 2004? Maybe? Was that FM back then? Oh, I can't remember, to be honest. All I remember is Arjen Robben used to play for Groningen and used to always go touting him because he was one of the players. And a soft spot for Groningen. Spoiler, it might already be out on the channel by the time this comes out, to be fair. So it might not be a spoiler. I'm going to do the Wonder Kid wheel in Holland and we're going to go Groningen because I had to pick a team and, you know, want to see Groningen do well because the names in Holland are phenomenal and the Wonder Kid wheel will not disappoint, I'm sure. I've not recorded it yet, but I'm setting it up. I've not recorded it yet, but I've got it. Plans are in the works. So yeah. Exclusive. Probably already out on the channel before this comes out. But if it isn't exclusive, there you go. You might have heard it here first. 5 in 5 then. 5 in a row. Award winners. The Golden Boot. Luc van Volmart. 3 times he's won it. Philip Mamula has won the most recent Golden Boot. Also an FC Eindhoven playing. 5.75 from Partizan. He came here 4 years ago. He's a 159 player. He's not phenomenal. But he's, for that price he is. I mean, look, if you could sell him for about, even if they're selling for £50 million, that's nearly 10 times the amount of profit for a player that I think they're going to replace anyway. Get rid of him at 26 anyway. Kai Rooney. He's come to PSV. He came to PSV in 2032. He's been here 11 years. Top goal scorer. And well, would you look at that? Luc van Volmart, 4 out of the last 5. I mean, he's won so many as well. But Kai Rooney with 21 goals there, taking the Golden Boot that season. And we've won 4 of the last 5 Dutch Cups. In the last 5 years since we were last here, 4 of those have been Dutch Cup wins for us. We beat RZ twice and Feyenoord twice. PSV beat Groningen in the most recent season. And in terms of Champions Leagues, when we were last here and we saw we'd lost to Liverpool, Juve and Barca in the round of 16, we then got to the semi-final, losing to Arsenal. The following season, we then lost to Arsenal again, this time in the round of 16. Oof. Then we lost to Real Madrid in the round of 16. Then we lost to Kaskiewicz, a.k.a. AC Milan, in the round of 16. But hold the bloody front door. We've only gone and beaten Real Madrid in the most recent season. We are the champions! I will never do that again. I apologise. to everyone, especially headphone users. Luke van Volmaert. Oh, hang on. What were we looking at the semi-final first leg for in this 2-1 defeat? Why has he gone to this? There we go. No. Oh, okay, let's look at the return leg. Yeah, Van Volmaert with the winner in the 72nd minute. Have a bit of that. Oh, look at that. Raphael, he's still here. 34 years young. Have a bit of that. He's an absolute superstar. Wanted by Saudi. Not worth much now. Go on, lad. And then in the final against Real Madrid, we won 3-1. 1-0 down after 2 minutes. And who steps up? Luke van Volmaert. 26 minutes, 31 minutes, and 72 minutes. He has single-handedly helped them win the Champions League. He has dragged them up by their bootstraps and helped. The squad has been built around him, and he scored a hat-trick in the Champions League final. You can't say fairer than that. The manager is Dominic Tedesco, who is very good as a manager. 160 current and potential ability, great judging player ability, great people management, great tactical knowledge, reasonably good motivator. He was the manager of Belgium at the start of this save file. Went to RZ after a 3-year hiatus, was there for 11 years, and then he came in to manage FC Eindhoven. FC Eindhoven, their managers, well, Hedwigs Majoro resigned after 8 years and 38 days, and a plethora of success, because he went on to become the manager of the Netherlands. Speaking of the Netherlands, how have they been getting on? Of course, last time out, we saw the defeat to Mexico. We then qualified for the Euros with a perfect record. And in 2040, the international barren streak was broken as they beat Israel and France 2-0 in the group stage. Ukraine 3-0 to round it off. Van Volmaert on 4 goals already by the end of the group stage. It took penalties to see off Switzerland, but then they needed no extra time or penalties from there on out. A 4-1 win against Scotland, another brace for the Volmarkster. A 4-0 against Serbia, another brace for Luke van Volmaert. And then Portugal in the final, where Van Volmaert once again scored another brace. The Euros, the awards, the best player, or the Golden Boot, which is actually the top goal scorer. Not the best players in the Dutch league, but 10 goals for Van Volmaert. Best player, also the best player, 8.03. Goal of the tournament. He got goal of the tournament. Thumping free kick from 27 metres. If the sound's just gone weird, there's some sort of road vehicle outside that's making a very weird pulsing, vibrating noise. It's either some sort of roadwork contraption or something. So apologies if you can hear that. If you can't, don't worry about it. So anyway, 2040, they win the Euros. 2041, we qualify for the World Cup, losing to Wales on the way, but I'm sure we got there. And once again, we didn't get much further than the group stages, getting knocked out in the quarter-final on penalties. Van Volmaert's missing a penalty. Oh dear. He's retired from international football. That was his last action. Missing a penalty in the World Cup. Oh, can't believe it. Can't believe it. He's retired from international football, so no World Cup for him. That's off the table. The squad for FC Eindhoven then. Edivaldo, £14.75 million. Great player. Another great fullback. They're just churning these guys out now. Look at these guys. 177. I can't even pronounce this. Duigui Grambute. What a name. What a bloody name. Matteo Monsalvo, who is a real person. Free. Great player. Marco Moreno. Free from Chivas. Oh, we've seen him. He was here last time, wasn't he? Rafael Kashmicek, he was here last time. He's on his way out the club, I think. AC Milan want him, and they're putting a bid in. Yeah, we bought him from Dortmund. Morgan Bobucher, free from Monaco. This is just, what a transfer policy from this team. They're pulling in some of the best players in the world for literally nothing. Dominic Tedesco's got £38 million to spend. Doesn't need to spend a penny of it. Got £328,000 left in the wages. He's just won the Champions League. He's won the Eredivisie. He's been winning the Dutch Cup. Let's go another 5 years and see if he can add to that trophy haul. Okay, we're back. Van Volmaert finished on 167 goals, 203 caps for the Netherlands. Oh my word. The last 5 years. Well, he's got 32 and 29 here, an 8.14. 13 assists as well. 22 in 27, a bit muted. 23, 14 assists in 31. 35 in 32 with 11 assists, a 7.87. And then 27 and 29, 12 assists, and a 7.83. I'd be surprised if we've not won 5 leagues in a row here. Last time, won by 4 points. And 1 of 5 down, 7 points clear of Groningen, who were 11 points clear of Feyenoord. So we're so far away, aren't we? So far away. And again, at this time, 17 points clear of Groningen, who were much closer to Feyenoord that season. Only 4 points between those two. But we are just otherworldly. 2 in a row. Oh, Feyenoord have just gone unbeaten and won the league. They drew 7, but we lost by 2 points. Well, that shut me up then, being cocky. We won it back the following season, 13 points ahead. Feyenoord didn't manage to replicate that. But Groningen finishing 4th, getting Champions League football. They must have won the Europa League. They did in 2047. Go on, Groningen. Go on, Groningen. And most recently, Groningen in 2nd, 21 points behind. The eventual winners, of course, FC Eindhoven. That's 4 in the last 5 years. And as you can see here, dominance. We've won 13 leagues so far in this experiment. 10 in a row there. 10 in a row. Only a couple more Dutch Cups though in the last 5 years. That's disappointing. That is disappointing. And since the winner in the Champions League, again, it's been somewhat disappointing. A semi-final defeat to Liverpool, understandable. But then we've lost in the round of 16 2 years in a row, Chelsea and Liverpool, losing to AC Milan in the quarters, and then lost to Dortmund in the quarters as well. So semis, quarters twice, and the round of 16 twice since we won it. So just the one win so far. The one win so far. He's never going to win that World Cup, which is unfortunate. He has won everything domestically. Of course, we're going to check in on Ballon d'Ors at the very end in another 5 years' time, but you know, it is what it is. The senior squad then for Eindhoven. Duigi Grambuiti is phenomenal. Michel Longley, £95 million from Manchester City. Okay, they've spent big here on a player that's 181, so worth it, but they have spent big. Jakob Sonicson, £28.5 million. Again, a very, very good player. Hussein Bilgin, 17.25. 17.5 from Trabzonspor. Chris Kineen, £58 million from Arsenal. That seems... He's all right. Is he a £58 million player? Do you know, in terms of the transfer policy that we've had here at Eindhoven, he doesn't fit the bill, does he? He really doesn't fit the bill. When did he arrive? It doesn't say. Oh, there. 8th of the 1st, 2048. Oh, and he won the Champions League with Arsenal 4 months after leaving. Or that was up, innit? Of course, the season preview thinks we're going to win the league. You got less in the Media Dream 11 than you'd expect for a team that's this dominant, to be fair. So, is what it is. Final stop then, 2053. Or the final stop of Van Volmart's career. Because, of course, we have simulated on a few years just to see what kind of legacy he leaves behind. He's still only an icon. Dominic Tedesco is still here. Hedwigs Maduro and Badruddin Bouinani are still legends. Oh, I never checked in last time, did I, about the Golden Boot and top goal scorer. Anyway, he's moved for £100 million now. He's at Al Nassr. He's 2053. He went yesterday. Last 5 years, a 30 in 30 in 2050-51. Over 20 goals in all of his last 5 seasons. So let's go to the Eredivisie. And of course, last time we were here, we won by 21 points. And we then won by 15 points ahead of Feyenoord. 13 points ahead of PSV. And again, PSV in second, 14 points behind this time. An undefeated season. Only 3 draws all year. Beating PSV on goal difference here. So very, very close after that undefeated season. But we've made it a clean sweep for the last 5 years. 5 in a row. 85 points, winning by 5 points there. The Golden Boot, well, Van Volmart has won a few. Sidau, who's also one of our players apparently. 1.2 million from Sepp, who's now worth this. A 171 current ability, 180 potential. He's driven. He will get there. How good is he? 1.2 million. Just this transfer policy of FC Eindhoven is beautiful. This might be, hands down, the best transfer, like the AI transfer business thing we've ever seen here on the channel. We've not given them any money. We've just given them a perfect player. And the prize money, they've invested it so well. I've not really seen any players that I go, he's rubbish. What a waste of money he was. Everyone's been free or dirt cheap who's been half decent. Okay, we've not looked at some of the worst players. They might have spent £30 million on a 130 player. We've missed that. But every time, almost exclusively, it's a low price, great talent. 95 million for this guy. He's now 32. His potential ability was 182. He's resolute. He's got, look at him, in great professionalism. He's 175 currently. Been here in ages. So you can't argue with that. And there you go. Philip Mamula. He got sold for £49 million. He was pretty good for us for a lot of years. £5.75 million he cost us. Anyway, the Golden Boot, top goal scorer. So Wiseman Swinny. I don't even know how to pronounce that. Mount Swenny, we'll call him. He's a good player. He got the Golden Boot, but we won it the other 4 years in the last 5. And Pedro Vitorino won it a couple of times back there. But yeah, in the last 10 years, we've won it 7 times. So Van Volmalt has been pretty phenomenal. Let's go and have a look at the Golden Ball quickly while we're here. And he's won 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. 11 Golden Balls for him. Is he in the World Team of the Year? He is. Not all time, though. That's Kylian Mbappe for Real Madrid. Look at Raphael. He is. And so is Dewey Gambruti. 2 of our players. We've also won 3 more Dutch Cups in the last 5 years. And Dominic Tedesco is still here. And he's added to the Champions Leagues, winning against Arsenal in 2051-52. We were runner-up in 48-49 against Chelsea and in 52-53 against Bayern Munich. How did we do in the other years? Lost in the final, lost to Napoli in the round of 16 and United in the round of 16. So beating finalists twice, beating in the round of 16 twice and winning it. So all in all, a phenomenal career. Where is he then? He's at the top of icons. Will he be a legend by the time when we come back? Let's go and find that out. Plenty of money in the budget for them to spend, plenty of overspending in wages, but does he need to spend anything on anyone? He's just got world-class talent. 18.25 million for Levi Ortega. 180. It's Zolt Sipos. He's got a great name. 3.3 worth that. 178 again. Livesey Woodthorpe. Free. You know, he's only a 162 potential, 154 current, but hey, he's free and his name's Livesey. There we go. Eindhoven have done really well. Let's jump forward through and just see how they've done post Van Volmart's leaving. Okay, so we are back in 2074, ladies and gentlemen, and it's 21 years on. And Eindhoven are still doing it. They're still up here at the top of the pile. 3 times they've not won it in the last 21 years. So another 18 league titles, 37 all in, 23 Dutch Cups, 22 of them are in the experiment. Admittedly, very muted in the last few years for the Dutch Cup, but the league they've been dominating. 2 more Champions Leagues as well. And they were in the 53-54 season and 59-60. So that was 3 finals in a row. A couple more runners up in more recent times. Loads of money in the bank, loads of money in the transfer budget. The squad is pretty good. Again, they're still paying next to nothing for these players. They're just such a good business model. I'm so impressed by them. I've never been more impressed by the transfer policy of a club. I mean, this guy, £87 million, okay, they spent big on him. He's still a 168. You've got to be spending that when you're in the Champions League. Like, a 168 is still a world-class talent. To pay less than 100 million for someone who's going to be that good, you know, you can't always get a 12, £13 million wonder kid who's going to become a world beater, but they've been doing it, and I'm very impressed. They've won a hell of a lot over the last few years. Have the Dutch team ever won a World Cup? They didn't. They've won nothing other than that Euros that we saw. Well, that's that then. Is Van Volmart still about? No. Luc Van Volmart, here he is. He retired as a player at 49. Don't think he ever did anything as a coach. Luc Van Volmart is still considered an icon by the club. I think that's a bit of a kick in the balls, isn't it? You've got Hedwigs Majoro, Badruddin Buonani, Dominic Tedesco, all club legends. Paulinho, also a club legend who played 237 times for them. Then you've got Luc Van Volmart, who played 902 times, scored 756, and he's considered an icon. Useless. Anyway, that's that. That's the end of today's experiment, ladies and gentlemen. I hope you've enjoyed this one. We always have a lot of fun, don't we, with these lock a player at a club for 30 years and see how they progress. And to be fair, FC Eindhoven did brilliantly. And it wasn't the player, really, was it, that took them to European glory? It was their excellent transfer policy, which is so refreshing to see. I know I keep going on about it. I've never seen that. I'm usually slagging off the transfers. The credit where it's due, they were brilliant. I'm a bit speechless about it. Anyway, hope you enjoyed. Like the video, subscribe to the channel if you're new. Take good care of yourselves, gang, and I'll see you next time.